Hi folks, Rodney back again with Rodney's Northwest Ride and Reviews. Today I'm going to do a quick walk around video on this 2023 Tundra TRD Pro. Before I get too far into that, I wanted to kind of give you just a quick inventory update. Now I've been kind of giving you bad news, unfortunately, and the reason I say that is that in probably the last 5 allocations, we have been getting more hybrid models than we have gas versions. And the problem with that is that a lot of you have vehicles that you've already put a deposit on, you've got a vehicle that you have ordered, and you just haven't gotten any updates and are still waiting for it to get built. So what I've seen this last allocation just came out last week, and just if you don't know, we do get allocations every 2 weeks. But anyway, this last week, the recent allocation, we actually got more gas versions than we did the hybrid models. So that was definitely some good news. So let me do this real quick walk around here for you. I'm going to give you a shot here of the window sticker. MSRP is $70,605. This one does have the TRD Pro tow package, and so with that you get the additional mirrors, the tow mirrors. So the tow mirrors actually extend out, and it's actually a really cool feature. Got your blind spot monitoring in there. It does have kind of a blind spot mirror down low, and then the additional mirror up top. And I'll go into this inside the vehicle here in just a moment to kind of give you a better view of what that looks like, where the buttons at and whatnot. These do have the 285 Falcon Wild Peak tires. Now this is not the actual Falcon Wild Peak tire that you would actually get if you were just go buy some like at one of your local tire shops. This is something specifically made for Toyota. I'm a little disappointed, to be quite honest with you, because it doesn't have the tread depth that the actual Falcon Wild Peak does, and then you don't have the aggressive lug out here on the sides like the actual Falcon Wild Peak does as well. So anyway, this is kind of a camouflage pattern, and this is on the fender flares, and this only comes on the TRD Pro. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's kind of embossed into the fender flare itself. As you can see, the TRD Pro badging that's stamped into the tailgate. There's TRD Pro is all over this thing, and I'll kind of point them out as I see them as we go. Of course, you got your 4-pin and your 7-pin wiring harness, tow package. Now equipped on the TRD Pro, they're rating it just over 11,000 pounds for towing capacity. You have your little LED lights stamped into the bed here as well. You got your LED bed lights, you got your 110 outlet inside the bed. The tailgate is spring loaded, so it's actually really easy to open and close. You do have the sequential tail lamps and front turn signals. You got your button here to release the tailgate. You got your TRD tips there for the exhaust. It does have the Fox suspension on it, and so obviously that's a huge improvement if you plan on doing a lot of off-roading. Now these are the 18-inch TRD Pro wheels. Take a peek inside here. Now I've seen one with the red interior. I'm not a huge fan of the red interior. I do like this black here. It's got the TRD Pro embroidered into the seats with the red stitching. It actually really looks good. Got your TRD badging there on the steering wheel. Got red stitching along the doors here. This does have the power folding mirrors, even though it's the extendable mirrors. You got your adjustable mirror right here, so those will actually slide out. And I did this before. I want to say they're probably 4 to 5 inches. It will extend out, so if you're towing a wide load, it actually makes it really beneficial. This button here is for your TRD light bar, and I'll show you that here in a moment. It does have the heated steering wheel. Of course, this has a Safety Sense 2.5, so you get not only auto dimming headlamps, you get lane departure, you get lane centering, you get a pre-collision system, and then you also get the adaptive cruise control. It's all standard on all of the Tundra models. This one does have the panoramic sunroof. Very similar to a TRD off-road, and you are going to get the crawl control. You do get the multi-terrain select. Of course, you have your 3 different drive modes, and then your tow haul feature. You do have home link on the bottom of the mirror there, and a digital rear view camera. So the digital camera is actually on the back of the cab, and so when you have your bed full of cargo and your vision may be blocked there, you can still use your digital camera to see out the back. Now the Tundra TRD Pro only comes in a hybrid version, and so it's 437 horsepower, 583 foot-pounds of torque. You get TRD Pro stamped on here. Normally on just a regular hybrid model it says IMAX on there. Because the truck's a little bit wider than the standard Tundra version, it does have to have the additional, I'm going to call them clearance lights here. They actually have TRD Pro embossed in them. The grille is a little bit different on TRD Pro. It actually says Toyota across the front instead of the other like honeycomb type grille. Tundra stamp down here. This is part of your panorama view monitor. Does have the high definition LED headlamps. Does have the sequential turn signals as I mentioned. So you'll see them kind of come across here when they're on. You do have parking sensors in both front and the rear of the vehicle. You can see it right there. As part of the panorama view monitor, as I mentioned, you do have 1 camera in the front. You've got 1 underneath both of the side view mirrors there. You have 2 on the back of the cab right there. One of them actually shines right down into the bed, so you can make sure that your cargo is secured back there. And then 1 shines straight back, like if you had a trailer on the back. As I mentioned, the benefit is that if you have cargo in the bed and you can't see out the back window, then obviously you can use that digital camera that was up a little bit higher. You have a light here, which makes it nice when you're backing up and trying to connect to your trailer. But then you also have a camera here that you can see straight down. And with that, you're going to get a, there's a green kind of dotted line that helps you line up a trailer. It makes it a lot easier when you're backing up to it as well. Got your LED backup lights there. Now, a couple things that I wish they had done a little bit different. I wish they'd added a bed step to make it a little easier to get into the back of the vehicle. But the way they did this, they tried to do it in a 3-piece design on the bumper. So if you happen to do back into something, this is actually plastic here, and it's a lot cheaper to replace than having to replace the whole bed panel. Alright, so with the TRD Pro, you're going to get the Fox suspension that we talked about. You're going to get TRD skid plates. The gas tank actually has a composite skid plate underneath it, and it gives you some added protection. You also have a steel plate underneath the transfer case, which is going to give you additional protection there. You do have 10.9 inches of ground clearance. And of course you do get the TRD sway bar. Hopefully you can see the skid plate. All right, folks, that was kind of a quick walk around. I did want to kind of give you the update on the inventory as we talked about. Like I said, we did see more gas versions this time. We actually got more hybrid models than what we had been getting, so overall we're getting more allocations for them. So hopefully, if you guys are still waiting on a gas version to come in, hopefully that gives you a little hope, a little light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Don't know that they're all going to be that way, but that was just kind of the most recent allocation. So I'll keep giving you guys content on a weekly basis. If you have questions, feel free to send me your VIN number. I'd be more than happy to check the status on it for you. But take the time to like and subscribe. Share this with a friend if you know of anybody looking for one. And thanks for watching.